Hey guys, this week I'll let you know exactly what I'm looking for my next dinghy. As you might know, I have built a Goat Island Skiff, which at the time I chose it was the best I could find to suit my needs. It still is, even after 20 years of looking at other skiffs. This is the closest to the perfect boat for what I want, and even better now that I've made all the mods. So why am I considering another boat? Well, apart from the building cravings, of course, I want a lighter boat that I can Cartop and take to different waterways. My Goat has become way too heavy since I made all the mods, and using the birch ply instead of the lightweight ply didn't help either. Also, my dad wants to do some sailing, and he's the one who got me into sailing, so it's only fair that I build something to help him achieve that goal. I need something more stable than the Goat, and also easy to handle and get back aboard in the case of a capsize. My dad is very active, he's still working, but he's 73 already, so I think the Goat might be a bit too much for him and my mum if they both go overboard. So stability above all. So I need a dinghy that ticks all the boxes the Goat does, plus portability, stability, and well, and more if possible. Okay, let's see what I'm looking for. The next boat should have as much of the Goat's good stuff as possible with few trade-offs. So let's have a look at each of the characteristics one by one. Simple to build, fast, cheap to build, simple rig, single sail, carries 4 people if needed, car toppable, spacious, clutter-free, high freeboard, light to launch, fun to sail. So the new design needs to be fast. I don't want any displacement hull. We have very tight schedules here for sailing due to the tides, so I need it to move. It needs to be cheap to build, probably the same as the Goat, with only 6 sheets of plywood, not more than that. Simple to build as well, even simpler than the Goat if possible. A simple rig, since I've improved and tuned this rig to my needs, it makes sense to use this same rig or this kind of rig on the next boat. Single sail, as above, the balanced lug is really versatile, and as you can see from my videos, performance wise it's on par with modern rigs. So carries 4 if needed. Well, carrying 4 and effectively sailing with 4 aboard are 2 different things, but I want ability to take 4 people, including me of course, sailing in light winds if I have to, like I have done with my Goat. That's a bit tricky maybe, that's because I want a smaller boat, but we'll see about it. Spacious. It will only carry 2 people aboard most of the time, but also has to take a lot of camping gear and fishing gear because I keep that stuff aboard all the time. It also needs to be spacious enough and stable so we can both go fishing, me, Marino, me and my kid, whatever. We need to be able to be fishing 2 adults on the boat. And since we're talking about space, I'm going to add another requirement for the next dinghy. It needs to have enough room for me to sleep without having to carry extra planks, folding beds, cots, hammocks, whatever. It needs to be off the bat, just put a mattress on an inflatable mattress and sleep. So let's call it built-in bed frame. That is an important requirement as well. Car toppable, probably one of the most, if not the most important feature for the new build, because after all, if it's not car toppable, I cannot take it to different waterways. I would need a trailer, and for that I would use my skiff anyway. So it needs to be car toppable, which means around laser dinghy weight, around 60 kilos or less. The Goat Island Skiff can actually be built at that weight, 60 kilos, but I want something in the region of 12 to 13 feet, so I can put it on top of the car. The standard Goat weighs 60 kilos, mine weighs 110 kilos. That's due to all the mods, and of course using birch ply didn't help either, which is a lot heavier than the lightweight ply. Now, high freeboards. Well, I don't hold my hopes up on this one. To build something with as much freeboard as the Goat and less than 60 kilos, that's something. The Goat does actually can be built to 60 kilos or a bit less. People have done it, and that's a huge freeboard. But I think that's gonna have to be the first compromise for the new build. Light to launch by hand, well, that's easy enough. It fits 60 kilos or under, not much problem there. And of course, fun to sail. This implies a planning hull that can reach 12 knots easily. I have clocked 16 knots on my Goat with 2 reefs on, so I want a design that can reach 12 knots easily. And now, more features for the new design. Built-in flotation. Well, the Goat had 300 liters flotation, built-in flotation as standard. Mine has 600 now. That's with the watertight mid seat and the watertight side benches. These are the mods I made. I do see a lot of cruising dinghies with little or insufficient flotation, and if you can't self-rescue in bad weather after capsize, you have a problem. You might just not know it yet, but you do have a problem. Which brings me to the next requirement: dry or nearly dry after a capsize. I can actually sail my Goat after a capsize without bailing any water whatsoever, now that I've made all these mods. In particular, the side tanks, they are a game changer in that respect. But there will always be quite a few buckets left, especially here on the front of the boat. But it can sail effectively, no problem whatsoever, even in the rough. But anyway, so the new design needs to be dry after a capsize. That is a must. And I would like to stay away from self-bailing mechanisms on the bottom of the boat or whatever. I'm talking about, by design, the boat needs to be dry. There you have it. These are the requirements for my next build. I don't want to compromise on any of the main features like weight, portability, stability, no water after capsize, room to sleep aboard, speed, and of course I want a balanced lug sail. Of course, I have an idea already of the boat I want to build, but I'm not going to tell you anything yet because I don't want to influence you on your opinions. And I need you to tell me, which design do you think ticks all these boxes? Think hard, don't rush. This is still only an idea. I still need to find a way of saving money to build the next dinghy somehow. So think hard. Leave your suggestion in the comment section below. I will reply to you saying why I think that design is better or not than the one I have in my head at the moment. So stay safe, and I'll see you soon.